All right, ladies and gentlemen, this lady needs no introduction when it comes to sports management worldwide or when it comes to the Seattle Seahawks and Mariners. This is a friend of the family of the sports arena, Miss Jen Mueller, who just flew in. Can I just say first, thank you for being here.
Of course.
And secondly, you just flew in from a week of conferences and speaking engagements. You have just evolved tremendously. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I like keeping busy. It keeps me out of trouble and keeps me from spending money I don't have. So there's that.
But every year you come here and you speak to this group, whether they be young, old, new, or old, about the importance of SMWW and the importance of getting involved in the sports industry in some capacity. How do you keep doing it every year?
Because it's fun, and because you see people come back and you hear the stories that they have of being successful or finding a new opportunity or finding out that what they thought they wanted to do isn't actually what they want to do, but they have a family here. And look, the hardest part is not deciding that you want to work in sports. A lot of people want to work in sports. It's cool to work in sports. The hardest part is to find somebody to help you through the grind until you get to where you want to be. And if you have a family like SMWW around, it's easier to have that accountability and that support.
Yeah, you seem to be also a huge advocate for young females coming up into this and kind of telling them your story as far as how you got started, some of the trials that you had to go through to put yourself in a position to be one of the most recognized women as a sideline reporter for, two teams in Seattle, which anytime I think of the Seahawks or the Mariners, I'm always following you on Instagram saying, okay, what's Jen doing now? Whether she's in a car with Cano or she's on the sideline, I mean, the forward that you got from Cam Chancellor in your book, that is amazing. That right there, I read that and I was like, wow.
It has been fun developing those relationships. And look, I think that anybody can develop those relationships. And we have heard it so often today in the conference that it's about networking and relationship building. If those are the two foundations for being successful, then women can do this just like men can. In fact, it's sometimes easier for women to build those relationships because it just comes naturally, I think, for a lot of us. And so I would say, don't look at where you're disadvantaged, look at where that becomes a big advantage for you.
Awesome. Now, the question I've been asking everybody who sat down with us here today is, if someone wants to get on Jen Mueller's top 10 from today, what do they need to do to be a standout?
Ooh, like top 10 is in like for me to remember you?
Yes.
Well, it's probably not going to actually happen today, because if you want to get on my top 10, you actually have to follow up with me and prove that you've got a process in place for following up by saying something more than, hey, I'm just circling back around, or hey, I'm just following up, because it's not me that needs to be followed up on. It's you who needs to follow up and build the relationship with me. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
And so it's going to mean that you've got to dedicate some time. You've got to build the habit for follow-up, which, oh, by the way, you need to do in any career field, in any business that you do. That's how you would get on my top 10. And I will be honest with you, in all the years that I've done this, there is 5 I can think of who have done it.
The music's playing. I guess it's time for us to wrap this up here. So, Jen, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing experience. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I call her the great Jen Mueller because she is simply just that. But we are here at SMWW for the football conference. And as Dr. Lashbrook says, you adrenalize today and you monetize tomorrow. And follow up with Jen Mueller.